half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress as well. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsay, his 21st touchdown of the season, and the Broncos have taken the lead. It seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Now this is Hilton on the receiving end. T.Y. Hilton, nobody to beat. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch.
Here we go.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
2nd and 14. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
4 down.
From the gun, Woodward. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
On the NFL scoreboard, an update from up in Seattle. And early on, the driver's seat belongs to the Seahawks. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. They'll run on 1st down. It's Foster. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Got it.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single.
Operating from the gun. Lawson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Looking to throw. Lawson. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. He was looking for Josh Reynolds that time. And now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Lawson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And he's got some space here. The 40, the 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Call that a 96-yard house call on the kick return. And the Broncos have once again taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is now 14-10. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got...
And nothing but daylight ahead. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there, with touchdown number 20 on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, to just something to get you off to a quick start.
Back to throw. Woodward airing it out deep for Smith. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year, as his guys have now moved out in front. McManus's point after is good, and that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Here's Pirine. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And he's got his man Hilton. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
Here we go. 10-2 stop. There you go.
On first down, it's Foster. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll go again with Foster. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
First and goal, Foster. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They run it with Ballage. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Kalen Ballage, his second touchdown on the season, as they have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here first and 10 at the 40. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ready, set. 51 to Mike. I got you, son. I got you. You're online. You're online, baby. You're online. Hit it.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Ready?
To throw on 2nd down. Woodward. Wide open receiver, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Ready up.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
I'm coming for you. You must. Ready up.
To throw again. Woodward. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw on 3rd down. Woodward. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will tie us at 24 all. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinator's probably nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Again, Foster running right. 9 yards on the gain there, so he got half of it back, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, if you like the guys who run the ball, you're enjoying watching this. But the other guys, especially the defense coordinator, trying to figure out an answer on how to slow down the running game, I think maybe starts to call more blitzes, because you can call run blitzes in order to try and get more people.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Throwing to start the drive. Woodward. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated.
Begin. Checked up 61. Matchbox lights. 5.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Woodward. He completes this to Sutton. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Henry. call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Second and 6 at the 39-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Looking to throw. Woodward. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The line to gain is the 33 on third down.
It's a party now.
Ready? Operating from the gun. Woodward. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 19.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Woodward. That is caught inside the 5. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Woodward. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Man, go. Man, I got you. Hey, Mike 52.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try to run with Lindsey. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. They come out here in the I. And no movement for the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. 4th and goal. Here we go. Now a carry for Lindsey. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. So they pass on the chance to kick the go-ahead field goal, and that may be one they're going to regret big time.
And I think the head coach is going to have some splaining to do, right? Because in this situation, you kick the field goal to give yourself that chance at victory. By going for it, Maybe you're saying you don't trust your field goal kicker, or maybe he knows something we don't. Maybe the kicker's hurt. So there'll be a lot of questions in the post-game press conference.
Makes the rest of this fourth quarter and the rest of this game very interesting. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever's in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Foster, and he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Bradley Chubb in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
Keep going, keep going. Get ready.
At their own 26-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Noah Fant, touchdown number 15 on the year. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Extra point from McManus is good. And they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Call that a 96-yard house call on the kick return, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point.
One of the most exciting plays in football, a kickoff return for a touchdown. And in all the excitement, let's not lose sight of the fact that now the pressure shifts to that snapper, holder, and kicker. This extra point is really important.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Looking to throw. Woodward. He's got his big tight end, Fant. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Single, 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 single.
On 1st and 10, Woodward. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Get.
Now it's Lindsey. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Woodward. And that's caught by Smith. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 40.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. Here's Lindsey. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A throw taken in by Hamilton. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Here we go, set, 18, Gator.
Defense, let's go. Pick it up, team.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Whistles now in a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Cut.
They'll run it again with Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready?
52's the mic. Who that? Slam. Check 3.
Topper.
52.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for the lead in the final stages. The kick by McManus is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
Ready, up.
59. Mike's 59.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Deep grip. Deep grip.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's Foster. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. They still need one completion for field goal range.
And just think about what they're going over in the huddle right now. Make the catch, get out of bounds. That's going to be tough to do. So make the catch, get up to the line of scrimmage, and clock it to have one last shot.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
I got you. I got you, son. I got you, son.
Move.
53. Check 53. I'm coming.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. This pass complete to Reynolds. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 22-yard line. Well, Charles, a game and a decision that people may be talking about tomorrow for sure. Had a chance at a long field goal there at the end to try and tie it. They elect to not kick it, and they lose the game.
And I think what we'd all love to see is that little slip of paper that the special teams coach handed to head coach before the game that said, this is where our kicker is good from today. This is where he feels confident, because that might be the absolute mark that tells us, okay, maybe we have to run more offense because maybe he doesn't feel good about kicking it from this distance.
So for Denver, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.